Hi, welcome to Thrifty Fibres. My name is Essie. I use she or they pronouns, and this is podcast number 4, I think. So I've been doing this for a month, and I still don't know what I'm doing. So anyway, I do appreciate those of you who are watching, and if you have any feedback, any comments, anything I can do to improve, I keep trying to, improve every time a little bit more. I do appreciate that. Today I'm recording on my phone, hoping that the focus and the audio will be a little bit better. It connects to my earbud a little bit better, and I noticed that the autofocus on my webcam was being a problem before, and now we have Bud joining us again today, so hopefully he's not too distracting. Anyway, let's get started with what I've been up to in the last week. So, finished objects are kind of slim pickings. I have 2 socks that I finished. They are not a pair, partly because they would have been a pair, except these are gifts, and the friend that I'm knitting them for did not send me her foot measurements when I asked for them. So I started a second one and then finally got the foot measurement, so I was able to finish the 2 of them. So these are just regular vanilla socks. I like using the flap heel. I find that they hold up a little bit better, especially in winter shoes. My socks and shoes both always wear about here on the heel from rubbing against the back of either the sneaker or the boot, whatever I'm wearing. So I really do prefer these kind of a twisted slip stitch flap. Just they tend to hold up better. So these are actually new yarn that I got. It's Rellana Garn Flotte Soka. My German is terrible. It's a German brand. It's called Funny Ball. It's 4-ply, and it's a wool polyamide mix. It's a 75% wool, 25% polyamide mix. They come in 100-gram balls. This is what's left over after 1 sock. My friend's got rather small feet. I think she's about a size 6, but so this is more than enough for 1 more sock. I don't know if it's enough for 2 pairs, even if they're ankle socks. I might weigh them and see if I can get that much out of it. Otherwise, I guess the leftovers will go in the bag of sock leftovers. This color is the blueberry color, and this color is the pistachio color. And they use numbers. I'll put them in the description. The actual tags don't have the color names on them. I'm not sure if that was the Etsy shop that I used that named them or what. I think this one, the pistachio was 1683 and the blueberry was 1686. I'll put it in the description below. But I really like these. They knitted up really nicely. I used size 0 needles. I used a 00 on the cuff just to see. I'm currently experimenting with it. I just wanted to see how they stayed up, how they fit. But the rest of the sock is in a size 0 needle. And that's all I have for finished knit stuff this week. On to works in progress. So I do have another sock cast on in the pistachio. These are my 00 needles. Fun thing that happened while I was knitting these, I have the Xiaogu mini, I don't know if this is actually called mini, but it's the little, twist mini cable set that I got with points on my credit card that I didn't know that I had, because I've had the credit card since I was 18. So I had like an absurd amount of points that I was able to turn into cash anyway on that credit card. So I got these maybe 7 months ago, and I haven't used them that much. I got them partly because I wanted to have the 00 and the 000 size needles, which I have not been able to find in DPNs, either online or like in stores near me. I just haven't. If you know where to find them, let me know. I mentioned a few episodes ago that I've been using Magic Loop for my socks lately, unless I'm doing the decreases around the heel, because that's just annoying to do on Magic Loop. But I've been losing my zeros and my ones. My mom actually found one of my size 0 needles under a bed. Actually, my mom didn't find it. My mom's puppy found it. So that was a reminder that I'm very bad at losing the tiny needles. So anyway, I've been using Magic Loop for socks because I travel with them so much. They're my I need something to do with my hands project, and they're mindless, easy to take with me. So I was working on one of the socks the other day, yesterday actually, and the cable broke. I don't know if this is visible. There's a little wire that just snapped off, and then this is the little piece that you screw into the needle. I kind of felt it happening, but it didn't, I don't know. I was surprised because I had heard only good things about Xiaogu needles and the cables. So when it started detaching, you know, I tried to be a little extra careful with it, but this isn't the needle that, like, you know, you kind of tug it through. This was when it broke, and when it started to detach, it was the needle I was using in my right hand, so I wasn't pulling the cable against anything. It just kind of worked its way off anyway. So that was disappointing. This is the longest, I think it's a 30-inch cable. I don't use it for the most part anyway. I like the middle size. I think it's the 24-inch cable. But I was a little annoyed with that. I don't know. If you have had those problems, let me know. If you know how to avoid those problems, let me know. I know these are like extra super thin wires, so I'm not gonna get too upset about it, but it happened, and I was kind of surprised. Other works in progress. My blanket. Still working on my blanket. I am apparently in the middle of a row. I didn't do a whole lot again this week. Just maybe 3 inches. This is the mark. But I like it. It's coming out really nice. I did take it with me. I had to travel for a doctor's appointment, and I did take it with me because I spend 2 nights usually downstate with my mom when I travel. And so I did work on it a little bit there, but I don't know, I just haven't really been in the mood for this, and my hands have been really achy working on the socks, so that's been a bit of an issue. Right, so my hands have been hurting quite a bit. I've got hypermobile joints, tissue in general, and I also have inflammatory arthritis, so every once in a while my hands just go, stop. So they're like super puffy today. My rings barely fit. So as like a break from knitting, I've been working more on my little hexis. So I have quite a few of those that I've made. Let me see how many of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I did a lot, actually. So I did more this week than I thought I did. 13 of these little hexis. These are all scrap sock yarn that, the socks are already knit. They didn't have enough left to knit another pair. And I am collecting these to make a Hexi blanket at some point with the superwash wool scraps that I have. These are made on a turtle loom. I know there's lots of pin looms like this. I got this one because it's so easy to hold, and I mean, obviously I've got issues with my fingers, so I wanted something that was light and easy to hold. And I'm not sure if this is birch or not. No, it's too heavy for birch. I'm not sure what kind of wood it is. I'm saying it's too heavy for birch. I don't actually know that much about woods. Anyway, this is the Turtle Loom Original XF, and it works for fingering weight yarns and sock weight yarns. There's a bit of a difference actually between when you use a thicker sock weight yarn versus a thinner fingering weight. So this is Croy's sock yarn, and it's a little bit on the thick side. I like these for like boot socks. It usually takes about 2 balls of this yarn to make a pair of socks. And this was a Lion brand sock yarn, and it's kind of one of the lighter ones. So like this, easy to knit up with on size 2 needles, and you've got a really thick, nice, firm fabric. This is size 1 or size 0 needles to knit a good sock with. So there is a difference in the fabric. I mean, you can see how much wobblier this one is, but for a blanket that's going to be all scraps, I don't really care. But it is worth noting if you're looking at these looms. So this is an in progress. This is the Croy yarn again. And I just hit the point where I will be weaving in. It's all plain weave. I'll be weaving in with the needle rather than hooking it around with a crochet hook. If you're interested, I can record a video doing these because I need to stop knitting for a little while because my hands are really unhappy. But these are fun to do. It's a nice way to use up scrap yarn. And I have this whole bag of scraps, sock scraps, that are, you know, not enough for socks anymore. This is probably familiar. This is the Tex-Mex. All of these are superwash sock weight of one variety or another. It's a mess in here. Oh, there's a random Hexi. I don't know when I made this, but there's a random Hexi in here that I should probably not stick in the bag of scraps. Yeah, anyway, that's been my weaving, and yeah, progress. The other thing I've been working on is the brown wool blend, Romney, Tunis, and something else that I won't think. Well, I've been working on this for a while. I did another 4 bobbins, so that's about 8 ounces. I'm really not happy with these bobbins that I bought off Etsy. They're nice, they're light, they're pretty, but they clack really loudly when I'm spinning with them, and I do have a video of that compared to the original EEW bobbins that came with the machine. And I notice I can sometimes fill them completely, and this is the same yarn, but like this is the last one I did, I had to stop because the tension was just, I had to have the tension up so high to get any uptake onto the bobbin that the flyer wouldn't spin anymore, or it would spin so slowly that it was just like really not giving me the twist that I wanted, so I'd stop. And I noticed that becomes a problem more on these bobbins than on the original EEW bobbins, which is disappointing because they're really pretty and I like to support Etsy sellers. But anyway, I won't link where I got these because it's not their fault. But I'm kind of disappointed with these. But I have 4 more of these, so I should be able to ply up. It's about 8 ounces. Probably won't manage to ply the whole thing because the bobbins are all different fullness. But that's my goal this week, is to ply up some more of this so I can, you know, get more going. I'm hoping to get that sweater started in the next couple of weeks here. Maybe around Thanksgiving I'll be able to get that sweater started. I have about 6 or 7 ounces left of the roving to put into singles, and then I'll be all done. And that's it this week. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have any comments, please let me know. I really would like to improve these videos. If you have any suggestions for videos for the channel, also let me know. And let me know what you're working on. If you're weaving, if you're spinning, if you're crocheting, if you're knitting, sewing. I haven't made any progress on that skirt. I've been kind of trying to think of plans for like how to do the waistband, whether or not I want to put belt loops in there, how I want to put belt loops in there. Yeah, still thinking about that. Let me know if you have any ideas. Otherwise, I hope you all have a good week, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.